Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Krystal. I'm here with a 30-minute TRX for yoga experience. And so today the peak pose that we're working towards is called Pincha Mayurasana. It's a forearm balance. And so everything we do up until that peak pose is going to be to prepare the body for that forearm balance. And our two main focuses today is going to be to open up those hamstrings, restore them back to their regular length so you can better get your hips over your shoulders. And also to mobilize and stabilize those shoulders so you can draw them together and down when you're upside down. So without further ado, let's begin. Please make sure you have your yoga mat plumb line underneath your anchor point and equal to the right and left. Make sure your suspension trainer is hung right at the base of your mat and fully shorten your straps. To begin, place your hands into the foot cradles and walk towards the back edge of your mat. Your hands will be at about waist height. To make sure you're in the appropriate starting position, come into extended mountain. Sweep your arms up overhead, palms face that anchor point, and always keep your hands a little wider than your shoulders. To give your shoulder blades the ability to slide down your back and pull them together as you knit your ribs in towards your belly. A nice stable core. And then slowly return those arms back down to the starting position. If your hands were too far in front of you or behind you, you move your body forward or backwards. Feet hips width apart to begin. And we're going to start to connect movement with breath and prepare the body to get upside down. Look straight ahead of you. Press down into your palms, fan your fingers, and begin to breathe your Ujjayi breath in and out through your nose. Every time you inhale, you fill those lungs to capacity. And every time you exhale, you gently and slowly push all the air out of your lungs. So no matter how intense sensations become in your physical body, your breath is steady and consistent. Let's add movement to that breath. Extended mountain, pull back, sweep up as you inhale. Slowly return your hands to the starting position as you exhale. 2 more times, then we're going to layer onto this. Pull your hands apart, a little bit of pressure in the straps on the inhale. Slowly return back to the starting position as you exhale. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. 1 more time. Inhale, pull back, sweep up, knees are unlocked. Exhale, slowly bring those arms back down. This time we're going to add a wall slide. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, pause, hands a little wider than the shoulders. Slowly bend your elbows to 90 degrees, and as you bend your elbows, you're pulling your hands backwards into the straps, gently drawing your elbows forward. And the entire essence and why you're bending the elbows is to slide the shoulders away from your ears. Try to keep your shoulders down where they are. Inhale, reach your arms back up. Slowly return back to the starting position. Exhale. Now let's move more fluidly. Practice proper form. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, bend those elbows, shoulder blades together and down. Inhale, those arms back up overhead. Try to keep those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back down to starting position. 1 more time. Inhale, pull back, reach up. Exhale, slide down. Inhale, arms high, pressure on those straps. Exhale into a forward fold. Anchor your heels and hinge. Pause here. There's absolutely no hanging on the straps. Press into your palms to lift your chest to the height of your hips and hollow that lower belly. Heels root down into the floor as you press your tailbone back. Simultaneously reach your hands forward. Slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll it up, mobilize the spine, tuck your tailbone under, chin to chest, press into your hands and drag yourself all the way up to stand. Really tuck the chin to the chest, open up the back of the neck. Shoulder blades together, take a deep breath in. Fold, hinge with a flat back, feel the strength along the spine, and then roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Hollow the belly to protect the core. Separate those shoulder blades, chin to chest. At the top, shoulder blades together, deep breath in. 1 more time, forward fold. Really push your hips back as you reach your hands forward. All in the rhythm with that breath. Roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Chin to chest. At the top, extended mountain. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold again. This time halfway lift. Bend those knees and lift your chest above the hips just a little bit. I want you to feel from the tailbone to the collarbones, nice and long, and brace the muscles surrounding your spine, 360 degrees. Shoulder blades together by pulling your upper arm bones back, and then forward fold, lift the tailbone and press the hands forward, open up the hamstrings. Halfway lift, fire up the upper back, shoulder blades together. Forward fold, open up the hamstrings, tailbone lifts. One more time, 2 components of that forearm stand. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Oh, let it feel good. Create space between the vertebrae. At the top, close your grip. We're going to lean back, low back stretch. Anchor your heels into the floor. Breathe in. Drop your hips down and back. Biceps line up with your ears. Add rotation. Left shoulder rolls over the right shoulder. Bend the right knee. Push your left hip towards the floor. Feel the tractioning. Come back to center, breathe in. Roll the right shoulder up over the left shoulder as you breathe out. Bend that left knee and lean towards the right foot. Come back to center, inhale. Roll the left shoulder up as you exhale. Back through center one more time. Twist right shoulder up as you exhale. Come back to center, pause. Shoulders draw away from ears. Press into your hands. Pull your hips forward. Press into your hands again. Rock your body weight forward and fold. Hips back, hands forward. Heel toe your feet together. Big toes come to touch. Heels in line with middle toes. Now we're going to produce heat within the body. Sun salutation A's. Move with your breath. It's everything. Extended mountain like a reverse swan dive. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold, empty your lungs. You've been here before. Halfway lift, bend the knees, lift the chest. Forward fold, exhale. 4 more like that. With breath, extended mountain, sweep up. Forward fold, hollow your lower belly. Halfway lift, bend those knees, shift into the heels. Forward fold, lean towards your hands a little more. Extended mountain, fan out your fingers. Forward fold, empty your lungs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Extended mountain, fill. Forward fold, empty. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. 1 more, extended mountain, pull to rise. Forward fold, empty your lungs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Moving on to our sun salutation B. Begin with chair. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Use your hands and lift your shoulders up over those hips. Tilt your pelvis to neutral. Hip bones lift up to the belly button. Tailbone anchors down to the floor behind your heels. Now without leaning back, sweep those arms overhead, hands wider than your shoulders. Pull back into your hands with the weight over your feet. Take 1 deep breath in. Forward fold and release. Press into your palms. Single leg mountain. Shift the weight into your left foot. Sweep your right leg forward, arms up overhead. Push through that upper heel. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3. Upper baby toe spins to face the ground. To do that, bend your standing knee a little bit. Really roll your hips square to the floor. Push through your upper heel. Press into your hands. Lift your whole body higher. Switch sides, right foot down as your arms sweep up, and then extend your left leg long, single leg mountain other side. Shoulders pull away from ears. Belly pulls in, breathe in. Warrior 3, soft bend in that standing knee. Charge through your upper heel. Pull the ball of your upper foot into the body and square those hips to the ground. Press into the hands, stay lifted out of those joints. And now we're going to move with breath. We're going to generate even more heat. Left foot to meet the right. Chair pose. Bend the knees. Arms up. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Single leg mountain. Right leg forward. Arms up on the inhale. Warrior 3. Exhale. Single leg mountain. Left leg forward. Arms up. Breathe in. Warrior 3. Breathe out. Let your movements be fluid. Left foot to meet the right. Chair pose. 1, deep breath in. Forward fold, deep breath out. Single leg mountain, right leg forward. Fill your lungs all the way up. Warrior 3, push that air out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward. Arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. From the top, chair pose. Can you sit a little lower? Breathe in a little deeper. Forward fold and empty your lungs. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. You have one more round from the top. Don't hold back. Chair pose. Sit as low as you can go. Fill up. Fold and empty. Single leg mountain. Lift that right leg higher. Now warrior 3, kick it back even further. Single leg mountain. Left leg forward. Lift it as high as it'll go. Breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Forward fold. Big toes touch. Roll up through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Find your balance on your left foot. Pull your right knee into your chest. Soft bend in that standing knee, just a little bend. Shoulders pull together onto your back. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3. We're going to flow in and out of this. I want you to focus on taking the upper baby toe, spin it down to the ground to square the hips. And can you feel a nice stretch in that left hamstring? That's what we're looking for here. All while you pull the lower belly into the spine, shoulder blades together. Now press into your palms, right to knee to the height of the hip. Flex the foot. Take a deep breath in. Keep that foot flexed. Warrior 3, breathe out. Rock towards the ball of the standing foot. Anchor into the standing heel. Breathe in. Stand up. Warrior 3, ever so gently shift towards the ball of the foot. Again, press through the heel, stand up, breathe in, shoulder blades together. Warrior 3, breathe out. 2 more. Press into those palms. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, warrior 3. Deeper stretch in that left hamstring every time. 1 more time, take a deep breath in. Warrior 3 and hold. 3-legged dog. Bend your upper knee to 90 degrees. Keep your shoulders square to the floor. Lift your right hip up and roll it over your left hip. Flex your upper foot and fan out your toes. Lean towards your hands. Search for that nice stretch in your inner left leg for 5. 4, lean towards the ball of that foot. 3, press into your hands more. 2, standing figure 4, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Take a seat. Drop your hips back. Reach your arms forward. Shoulder blades slide together onto your back. Upper foot is flexed. To protect that upper knee as you work it down towards the ground, open up that right hip. Every inhale, reach your hands forward. And every exhale, push your hips back a little farther. 1 more breath in. Breath out. Big toes touch. Stand up nice and tall. Sun A, let's clear it away. Extended mountain, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Stand up on that right foot, left knee into chest. Push into the palms, shoulder blades together. Warrior 3, extend that upper leg back. Keep your standing knee unlocked. Push through that upper heel. Take the upper baby toe and really spin it down to the ground. Press into your hands and reach them forward. Shoulders slide away from your ears. Stand up, left knee to the height of the hip. Take a deep breath in. Warrior 3, breath out. Drive through that right heel. Stand up, breath in. Warrior 3, breath out. Gently rock your weight towards the ball of the foot. Stand up, breath in. Warrior 3, breath out. 2 more. Inhale, bigger movements every time with bigger breath. Warrior 3, breathe out. Wiggle the toes on both feet. Keep them light. Inhale, stand up. Drive that right heel into the floor. Exhale, warrior 3, and hold. This time, think about that wall slide. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees to help draw the shoulders away from the ears. Bend your upper knee to 90 degrees and three-legged dog. Roll that left hip up over the right hip. Standing knee stays unlocked. Palms are rooting down to lift the chest as you lean towards the ball of the standing foot. Upper foot is flexed. Toes are fanned wide. Take one more deep breath in. Standing figure 4, cross that left ankle over the right thigh and take a seat. Push your hips back, hands forward, and breathe in and out. Remember, every inhale you create action, reach your hands further forward. And every exhale, push your hips back a little further. And what would be accessible in your shoulders if you allowed yourself to bend those elbows? Can you pull the shoulders away from the ears a little further? Do you feel the muscles in your back fire up in your lats? Maybe you stretch your arms long on the inhale and you bend your elbows on the exhale. All variations to play. One more deep breath in. Push your hips back, breathe out. Big toes touch, stand up nice and tall. Sun A, we clear it away. Extended mountain, take a deep breath in. Forward fold and empty your lungs. Tailbone lifts. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Now we're going to come down to the ground. Shoulder blades hug together onto your back. Let's have some fun. Come underneath your anchor point and bring the suspension trainer down to mid-calf length. Handles will hover right below the kneecap. You're going to come ground facing, so come down to your knees. And we're going to start with one foot in each foot cradle. Hands to the ground. Now what we're going to do, you're barefoot, so you want to point the ankles and stay on the top of your foot. We're going to do a couple of forearm pikes. Now, to get in preparation, this is literally the same movement as the forearm stand, except both feet are in the straps. So you're going to take your pointer finger and thumb and wrap them to the eyelets of the opposite elbow. That creates the perfect distance for your elbows every single time. I call it the lobster claw. So I'll say lobster claw your elbows, and then you'll know what I mean. So come down to your hands and forearms, facing away from the anchor point. Lobster claw the elbows so you get the appropriate distance between your arms. That'll bring them shoulder width apart. Then bring your palms flat out to the floor in front of you. Having your hands as wide as your elbows might create a lot of tightness in the shoulders, so your thumbs are allowed to touch. Your elbows do not want to splay any wider. It creates compression. From here, stack your shoulders over your elbows, press into your feet, and lift up to a plank position. Squeeze the muscles in your legs. We have 5 pikes. Pull your hips up over your shoulders. Keep your gaze somewhere between your elbows and your wrists. And then slowly lower back down, plank position. Knees are welcome to the ground in between. 4 more. Push into your elbows. Lift your hips up. Notice how those hamstrings have to stretch to get there. And slowly lower down. You have 3 more. Breathe as you move and really focus on pushing your elbows into the ground to move your shoulders away from your ears. It's a little tricky. It's upside down, but it's so important. 2 more. Squeeze the muscles in those legs. Belly pulls in. Tailbone lifts up to the sky. Slowly lower down. Squeeze your legs at the bottom. No dropping those hips. 1 more time. Push into the elbows. Try to wrinkle the mat between your elbows. Lift, lift, lift. Slowly lower down. Knees to the ground. Push your hips back. Get out of those shoulders. Come up onto your hands and take a clearing breath in. And a clearing breath out. Really good work. So did you feel that strengthening action from behind those shoulder blades? Your back is really working. Now let's open up those hips a little bit more. Take your hands down to the ground. Take your left foot and put them around through both foot cradles, and step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Stack your right hand on top of your right knee, left hand on top of that, shoulders up over hips. Keep your shoulders over your hips and move your hips forward towards your front heel. Draw your shoulder blades together onto your back. I want you to feel a nice deep stretch through that left hip flexor. Pull the hip bones up to the belly button and breathe. Open up down that left leg. And so what you were doing during those forearm pikes is you were dragging your hips up over those shoulders. option here to deepen the stretch. You can reach your left arm back, grab the straps, and pull them in towards the body. Keep the hip bone sliding up to the belly button. You can reach back and grab with both hands. And when you are sliding those hips up over the shoulders, you are in your forearm position from your elbows to your shoulders to your hips. And the one more step that we're going to add is we're going to lift one leg up to the sky. Not both today, just one. And you'll notice how the straps will make it accessible for you. Slowly release. We open up the front of the left leg. Now let's open up the back of the right leg. Hands to the ground on either side of your right foot. Half split. Sit back towards your left heel. Walk your hands back. If you have blocks, you can put the blocks underneath your hands that are underneath the shoulders. Slide your right hip back and fold your chest over that front thigh. Don't let those shoulders round. So you'd rather have the blocks maybe higher up, shoulder blades together and hinge. You'll feel the deeper stretch. Pull the ball of your foot into the body as you push your heel away. Right hip drags back as you push the heel forward. Take a breath in. Deep breath out. And slowly bend that front knee. Walk your hands to the inside of your right foot. Runner's lunge just for a beat. Press into both feet. Lift that back knee up off the ground. Squeeze that back leg for 5. 4, pull the chest away from the hips. 3, separate your collarbones. 2, back knee to the ground. Both knees to the mat. And here we go. We're going to come up into Pincha Mayurasana. Today, do not be in a rush to lift. It's the right leg that's going to lift because the right leg is not in the straps. Don't be in a rush to lift it. Allow yourself to open up into this pose over time. You should not have to force your leg up. When your hips are stacked over your shoulders, it will float. So you're going to start the same way as the pikes. Come down to the forearms. Lobster claw the eyelets of the elbows. And then stack your hands, palms flat out in front of you. Over time, you want to work your hands shoulder width apart, but thumbs are allowed to touch. Now keep that right foot on the ground and come to a plank position. Start to create a forearm pike. That right foot is going to hop in as you drag the left foot in. I can't emphasize that enough. Push into the left foot and drag it in. Open up those hamstrings, tailbone up like a forward fold. Shoulder blades together and down by pushing into the elbows. And once you float those hips up over the shoulders, maybe that right leg will lift straight up to the sky. Your gaze is between the forearms. You push into the elbows. You push into the straps and lift that right leg up. For 5, squeeze the muscles in both legs. 4, drive the elbows into the floor. 3, 2, pull the right knee into the chest, foot to floor, come down to the knees. Press up onto the hands, push the hips back. Take a clearing breath in and a clearing breath out. And slowly come up onto those hands and knees, and you're going to slide your right foot into both foot cradles, left foot out. Palms flat, shoulder width apart. Let's open up the hips on the other side. Keep breathing your breath. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take your left hand on top of your left knee, right hand on top of that, and push your shoulders back over those hips. Hip bone, slide up to the navel. Lean towards the front foot. Open up those hips and breathe. Shoulder blades together and down. And this is called King Arthur stretch. If you want more, you can reach your right arm back, grab the straps, and pull the straps in towards the body ever so slightly. If it bothers the bottom knee, put a cushion underneath it like a rolled up towel. If you grab on with both hands, hug the elbows together and get a bonus chest opening stretch. Breathe deep. Breathe the Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. Chest lifts away from the hips. Gaze is steady. One more breath in and breath out. Slowly release. Bring your hands to either side of that front foot. Sit back towards your right heel for half split. Walk your hands back. Don't be afraid of blocks underneath your hands. Left hip drags back as you push that left hip forward. Gently pull the ball of the foot in towards the body and fan your toes. The sensations go deep. Breathe. Don't let this steal your breath. If it does, you've gone a little bit too far in your stretch. You pull back a little bit. Draw those shoulders away from the ears. Pull the shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath in. Fold breath out. And slowly walk your hands forward. Runner's lunge. Take both hands to the inside of your left foot. Keep that left foot planted flat on the floor. Press into your back foot. Lift that back knee. Squeeze the muscles in that back leg and use your hands to pull your chest away from your hips. Left knee presses into left arm for 5. Breathe your breath. 4, can you slide the shoulders away from your ears a little more? 3, lift those hips just 1 inch higher. 2, back knee to the ground. Both knees to the ground. So here we have it. Pincha Mayurasana. Forearms stand on the other side. Grand finale. Come down to your forearms. Both knees are on the ground. Lobster claw, the eyelet to those elbows. Brings them shoulder width apart, and then bring your palms flat. This side could feel totally different than the other side. Don't force it. Plank position, ball of left foot on the ground. Top of your right foot roots into the straps. No rushing. Try to wrinkle the mat between your elbows. You feel it? Push your elbows into the mat and start to pike. By hopping the left foot forward and dragging the right leg into the body, keep that right leg straight. And every step of the way, reassess the shoulders. Reintegrate shoulder blades together. Push them away from the ears. And then if those shoulders stack over, if the hips stack over the shoulders, the left leg will become a little weightless. But maybe today it stays on the ground and you focus on tilting your tailbone up to the sky. Belly pulls into spine. Maybe it floats for 5. 4, push into those forearms. 3, squeeze the legs. 2, left knee to chest, foot to floor, both knees to the ground. Come up onto those hands. Take a clearing breath in and a clearing breath out. Take your foot out of the straps. Come to a comfortable sitting position. Cross your ankles and sit nice and tall. I just want you to close your eyes for a moment. Hands on your knees and breathe. With your eyes closed, put your attention on your spine from the crown of your head all the way to the tailbone. How does it feel? What did you create for yourself today? Can you feel your heart beat in your chest? Does your spine feel long and stable? What are the sensations rushing through your body after trying something brand new and exhilarating? Getting upside down is not easy. It actually invokes fear. The same sensation of fear that you're doing here by getting upside down is that same sensation of fear that is holding you back from your greatness in life. So I invite you to come back to this over and over again and face it, eye to eye. And you stay and you breathe slow and steady and you conquer it. And you create what is possible in your life. Through your nose, take a nice clearing breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Your practice today is complete. Please hydrate, support all of your efforts in feeling well. And until I see you next time, keep smiling.